Well, Drake, first of all, appreciate your time here in training camp. And I was thinking about it for you. It's been a wild 12 months when you think about being drafted, having that rookie season, and then all the change in the offseason here in New England. How would you best describe the last year?
Yeah. First, we're I was just blessed. I think what an opportunity, playing quarterback for the New England Patriots, getting drafted such a city, such a New England area that loves sports, that loves football, that wants to win, that has won in the past and won championships. I think that's kind of the standard and what we want to get back to. So I think, blessed to be in this position. What opportunity every day to come out here and work with these guys and get to know these guys and play for such a historic, franchise. I think that's the big thing. But, yeah, I think it goes fast. Another thing, it goes fast. I feel like I was just telling Will Campbell and those guys, the rookies the other day, I feel like I was just getting drafted, and now I'm coming out here and know what to expect, and just a lot less I feel like it's on my plate because you know what to expect coming into it, and I think just kind of get more comfortable.
Mike Vrabel takes over as head coach. What has struck you with the program that he's put in place for you and the rest of the guys?
Yeah, I think it's something that just mentioned in the media to the media over there in the interview. I think it's kind of hearing what you need to hear instead of what you want to hear. I think that's kind of what Coach Vrabel has been, and he's coaching your heart. He's coaching everybody, every position. I think that's what I love about it. He's so hands-on. And I think he's kind of creating the mindset of care about your teammates, know what to do, give effort, and we're going to be in condition. So I think of just taking the mindset of we'll take the bull by the horns and let's go.
Now, he's coaching the whole team, and that includes you. But the guy that's going to be in your ear and side by side with you throughout this entire ride is Josh McDaniels. This is your fourth offensive coordinator in the last 4 years, as I understand it. And Josh is a legend in that position. How has he challenged you?
Yeah, I think he's coaching me hard. I think that's what I wanted, and that's what I think quarterback would want. I think they want to be coached hard. They want to be let off the gas easy because we've got a lot of our plate in general, playing the position. But I think because he's coaching me hard, he's harder in the little things, motions and shifts and things other than making throws. He's really detailed, and I think he's awesome to play for. I think it's easy to look back and be like, man, I know why they were so good. Looking back and watching, all those great years they had, and it's cool knowing that Josh and Coach knows, what was going on, what was the play, and what was either Tom or these guys, what were they were thinking. It's pretty cool to watch back the film and see that, and know that we're running some of these same plays out here.
Talking to quarterbacks that have worked with Josh in the past, whether it was Tom, Cam Newton, Mac Jones recently, it's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
What's your process, or what techniques do you use to try to understand and have a full grasp of an offense?
Yeah, full grasp. I think, first off, you gotta know what the point of the play, kind of what the play is what we're trying to do with the play. I think that's the big thing that coaches kind of engraving into our brain of what's the point of this play, what are we trying to do in this play. And I think another thing that's part of it is try not to run any bad plays. It's easy to say, but when you know something, or when you feel like, hey, this doesn't seem right, or this guy's blitzing off this edge into where we're running, try to kind of put the offense in the best play. I think that's what Coach has been so good at, setting us up for with the play call. And I think of his his offense of letting us have some freedom of getting to some different stuff and getting to one-on-one matchups and kind of getting the personnel to make the defense, hey, we may know what they're in, and stuff to expect is what he's done in the past and does such a great job of. So just his grasp of what the defense is doing and his ability to see on the sideline, even in practice, has been awesome. And I'm looking forward to getting in the game and seeing what it's like.
Yeah, there's a next-level amount of information. I've heard you reference watching Tom tape a few times when people ask you about having Josh run this offense. Is that more a product of trying to see someone run what Josh wants to run?
Yeah.
Would you say you've watched more of Tom this offseason and early in this season as you would in years past?
I think it's definitely the clips come up when we're installing a play, so it's just as naturally we're watching a little bit more of him. But I think the little things of your kind of his footwork on these plays, or some of the same play actions. What is he thinking with his feet wise, or off these fakes, or off these this concept he's doing 3-step, off this one he's kind of taking a 1-step and sitting there. So I think it's been great for me to see individual back in the day of what they're doing, individual drills, and watching old 7-on-7s and seeing what he's doing. And I think it's just just what a blessing to be able to watch him.
How far back does it go?
It goes a while back.
Are we
it goes
talking
a while
like
back.
Early 2000s?
I try to keep it more present. I try to keep it more present in the early 2010s,
Sure.
just to watch when at a time when I knew they were, maybe coach was calling the offense and stuff like that. So he may have been with Denver then, but the same point of the late kind of 2010s when they were kind of rolling and playing well. So I try to. Like I said, just watch what he was doing, every little thing, or hey, off this play, his eyes are here first, and he's coming here. I think there's so much you can kind of pick up from watching. I think it's things I try to incorporate in my game.
Stephon Diggs, what's it been like to work with him and to have that type of player there to get you out of trouble at times when you need to make a play?
I think it's fun. It's awesome. It's awesome having a guy, first off, that energy, that mindset of going to attack the ball when it's within the air. It's going to be mine. He tells me that all the time. Hey, if the ball's in the air, I'm gonna make sure.
I'm sure he tells you
exactly.
He's open a lot, too.
Yeah, that's every receiver out there. But no, it's awesome. The guy who's made so many plays in his career, big-time plays in playoff games, and he's run all the routes you can think of and knows a lot about leverage and coverage, and just having a guy in that room to kind of take on the leadership role has been awesome.
Last one for you, Drake. Just the sense of optimism around this team this year with Mike taking over, you being in year 2, but then the reality of trying to win games in the NFL is a challenge. How do you balance the urgency to have success, which is what you all are going for, with the recognition of you're still in the early stages of this build?
Yeah, for sure. I think you want the feeling of feeling good going into the season and feeling like you had a good camp, and I'm sure a lot of teams feel like that. I think it's one thing to go prove it, like you said. I think the best thing to do is just have a attack one day at a time mindset. And I think once you get to the season, these seasons, the weeks roll on, so just try to win win week 1, and then once week 2 gets here, just don't look ahead. I think that's what teams that I feel like are great, take care of business of what's being done now, and I think that's kind of the mindset I hope we come in with, and that's what I'm trying to preach to those guys when it becomes week 1 or becomes practice with Washington here in next week. Just focus on this day and how we're going to get better versus them instead of focusing on the Raiders. So I think that's what I'm trying to preach to those guys, and I think they're kind of feeling the same thing.
Love it. Well, appreciate it, man. Good luck this year.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys.
All right, so Drake Maye saying that Josh McDaniels is coaching him hard, and for good reason, right? Because there are high expectations for Drake Maye. He's one of just 6 rookie quarterbacks with 175 or more passing yards and 30-plus rushing yards per game. As a rookie, if we go all the way back to 1970 again, a Josh McDaniels revenge game loading in week 1. The Patriots open up the season against the Raiders on September 7th.